What is going on tonight? Well, American Ethanol, we were supposed to have a good Sonoma race, the road course tonight, but due to Alpha York wrecking the wine truck onto the track, we've kind of canceled that out. We're going to go to the sunny beaches on the East Coast, do a little Talladega high drafting. We've got about 15 to 16 cars. So this is, somebody in the AE said, it's 2020. Fuck it, let's have fun tonight. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to have some fun tonight. They're doing a little bit of qualifying right now to kind of get everybody's set order start. They're going to be running a two-man or two-team tandem on the qualifying. So with the high draft, it should be very interesting tonight as some of the speeds these guys are going to get up to. Rock, thank you. Thank you so much. Constant supporting all of us. So right now, I'm riding right along with Mr. Slide Job streams, kind of keep tabs on what's going on. It looks like we've got about 15 cars in there, and we've got a NNR member by the name of Papa Bear that's crawled into this one. Some of y'all may know him, some of you might not for sure. But he's crawling in tonight, so just hang tight, enjoy some music, and relax. We get done with the qualifying, we'll get the running order set, and then we're going to do a little bit of Dega high style drafting. Hang tight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we just got the confirmation. They are done with qualifying. They are letting the lobby count down. So everybody out there, if you will take a moment, take your hats off and stand as we play our national anthem, brought to you by IVRL's own Rebel Lady. Follow her on Twitter.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Man, if that does not give you goosebumps, thank you so much for that, Miss Stephanie Allen, also known as Rebel Lady with IVRL. Cannot compliment you enough for that, along with everybody that has heard it, has gave major props and thank yous for you. So we are in a countdown and waiting. I think they're going over a few little details since everything's being swapped up from the wine incident at Sonoma to Talladega tonight. Alright, boys, girls, it looks like we're fixing to go racing. Oh, and we jump right into racing action. Mike Honcho took the lead. He also started on the inside. And like we said, we're going to have some high drafting, so you better stick with it or find you a teammate. My Lord, that is a long train running right there. That is pushing 3 deep, and they are easily accessing speeds of over 205 to 210 miles per hour right now. If you get stuck to the high side like 88 just did, you will be hung out to dry and be going all the way back. Now they are going to run a 50% also on this one. And Dark Spartan is pushing Mike Honcho. And there is a few non-American Ethanol racers in this. This will not be a points race to my understanding. So this is more of a hashtag 2020 effort. Let's just have some fun tonight. American Ethanol. And that 88 car should know good and well it being piloted by Slide Job, and it looks like we are fixing to have a shootout. They are looking to make it 3 wide going into turn 1, and this is going to be a good one. You might as well just call it 6 wide. That midline of Dark Spartan is falling back as the inside line. Mike Honcho has took command. The 48 has been pushed out, and the 8 gets into his Dark Spartan. That was going to put number 4 of Unforgotten Shadow into the wall and have him lose a few spots. But with this draft on, it does not matter. And there we've got NNR's own Papa Bear. Papa Bear kind of was a last minute, hey, I'm here, I'm coming in. So welcome Papa Bear for joining it tonight. And it looks like Papa Bear is getting him a little help from the 8 car. There's another very familiar name in the community, JP's, part of the Big Dogs family. And they are easily pushing 215, 220 going into turn 3. I want to thank everybody that's hanging out there in Chatland tonight. Oh, and we've got a little bit of 48 getting into the wall and slowing down Big Dogs. And we have got us a nice little about 6-7 car battle up here in the front with Mike Honcho leading it. Brian's Manchild in third is going to the high side. It does not look like anybody's going with him yet. And Dark Spartan, the 8 car, is looking to make it 3 wide. And here we go again. 3 lines going into turn 3. And 48 squeezes in behind the 88 and gives him a little shove. How in the world he squeezed that in there, I have no idea. And Dark Spartan, out of the draft, falls back from about 3rd to about 10th. So that right there shows you how important this draft is, especially with it being a high draft. And Dark Spartan splits him again as 43 gets a little loose and slides up. Spartan takes advantage of it. And he is stuck, cannot get back in formation as the 20 sneaks in. He did not advance on that. He was kind of already in motion. And that high line, that is one heck of a run. And we have got contact and cars are spinning. Looks like the one that paid the price on that was 40 Fort Smitty and NNR Papa Bear. They was on the terrible receiving end of that little cluster accident. And it seems Lines has fell victim to the server tonight, so he will be out of the race. That high side is trying to form to overpower that inside line. Hurricane Lane looks like he has joined in on the inside, and they are trying to get by the 48 of Alpha York. And out of nowhere, Unforgotten Shadow looks like they're going to do this 3 wide, and 22 gets down a little bit, and I believe they have called a caution. We have got a manual caution on this, possibly for the fact of NNR Papa Bear and NASCAR fan getting into each other. I believe we are still going to go by American Ethanol rules on yellows, where 2 or more will pull a manual caution. It looks like Mike Honcho is still maintaining that P1 position. And they may possibly attempt to do some pit adjustments here, as everybody is making rounds into it. See, we've got us a current running order if we can get one pulled up. It looks like we've got Honcho in first. It don't really matter right now. Everybody in pit road. Computers took over, so let's watch everybody go sideways. So we are down to 22 laps remaining. And they are all trying to get that last little tire pressure jacked up to get that speed. So we are going to see who's coming out first. Well, number 8, you got your own pit stall there, buddy. Number 4 does not need your help. And the computer is... gotta love it. Alright, that was some interesting pit exit in there, I'll have to say. And everybody's going to give them about a half a lap to the lap to get resituated on who's where and coming out of the pit, since it was kind of a cluster ball there. Well, it looks like we still, regardless of that, have got Mike Honcho out on point. And I believe that is going to be... I don't have a 100% accurate roster since there is some new people in it for tonight. Okay, so we've got 2 88s running. We've got a Matty Ice. Number 8, we've got Fort Smitty. Number 4, Unforgotten Shadow. Number 51, Mr. Slide Job. That number threw me off because he normally does run the 88 car. 41 of Papa Bear. 43 of NASCAR Fan. 32 of Anarchy Vendetta. 13 of JP's Big Dogs. 22 of Hurricane Lane. And the 48 of Alpha York. I believe they're going to take another hit at the pit, so they're letting everybody get their settings set in. Ones that pitted will drop to the back, but with the high draft, it does not matter, especially any draft, it does not matter, especially here at Dega. You can go all the way from first to last and last to first within a lap easily. So with Mike Honcho pitting, that is going to put the 88 car on point with the 32 of Anarchy Vendetta on the outside. So Matty Ice on point, and then you've got 32 of Anarchy Vendetta. 3 cars of Dark Spartan, the 22 of Hurricane Lane, the 20 of Brian's Manchild, that's the 13. Yep, 13 of JP's Big Dogs. And I believe they are going. And that outside line slept. Well, 32 car was sleeping on that restart, and Matty Ice has took out, and 32 has dropped pretty good of positions back. And here comes Slide Job trying to make a run on the high side, and he is bringing in Alpha York is going to make it 3 wide, and he is bringing number 8 of Handchild with him. So this should be interesting as they're trying to form down. And this is where the big one happens right here. I'm going to ride into the 32 car, back view, and 43 gets out of the draft a little bit. That is a very costly move. 22 of Hurricane Lane is trying to make a run on the inside, and he is getting help from the 12 car of Honcho. And they are shifting all over the place, back and forth. JP he's got pushed down just a little bit. He got a little fender in there, but it wasn't enough. Honcho made sure he shut the door on him. And he is going to try it again, and they are hitting about an 11 car train. Panda Girl, how are you doing? Welcome back. We have missed you. That inside line is moving fast. Hurricane, you did just get hung out to dry. Papa Bear is coming in. Give him a little bit of help. Try to catch him up to that high side. And Alpha York is trying to get in on that inside draft. Cannot do it. So they're going to form 2 lines going into turn 1. Yeah, work messes with everything, Panda. There ain't nothing work don't mess up. And there we go. It looks like, I believe that is going to be. Oh, we've got him going again. We're going to be watching this back view because I have a feeling the way they're running this right now, we are going to have a little bit of a, it's going to be a cluster here in a minute. And we're going to see cars going everywhere. Some are going to start getting impatient, but so right now that 88 of Matty Ice is commanding this freight train going into turn 2, going into the backstretch. And Matty Ice slips up and goes high, hoping somebody goes with them. Oh, and we've got one that lagged and donkey kicked. So that field kind of bunched up for a little bit. And Dark Spartan is by himself, and Matty Ice has rethought his strategy and tucked back in. Relinquished the lead and tucked back in after a mistake wanting to go to the high side, and nobody went with him. Oh, they are not holding the line too good. This is going to be pretty interesting. There the wave goes. Forty Smith sitting in P3 position, fighting with the 32 car, it looks like. They are trying to make that high side work. Nobody hits the apron. And here we've got Papa Bear has snuck up into P2 on the inside line. He is rolling just with the rest of them. Who is on that high side? They are trying to overpower that low side. It does not look like that high side is wanting to stay in a formed line. So everybody on the high side, pretty much take yourself a seat towards the back. Number 8 got a good run coming out of the backstretch going into turn 3. But he had nobody with him, got left, and there he goes out of the top 5. 32 of Anarchy Vendetta has took point, and Papa Bear is on his bumper. And we've got Mr. Slide Job in the 51 who is right there on Papa Bear's bumper. NASCAR fan is getting a run, and he is going to go high, and he catches. No. He tucked back in. He is getting pushed from the 8 car. Get a refresh memory on the 8 car. Fort Smitty. Fort Smitty leaves him high and dry and tucks into the inside. There is no friends here on this track. You are used for position, abused, and thrown to the back, and Alpha York is trying to make a move coming in, trying to tip off into that P3, P4 position. Unforgotten Shadow is kind of not letting him in. He finally lets him in. And your top 5 running order is going to be Anarchy Vendetta, Mr. Slide Job, Mike, oh no, that is JP Big Dogs, Alpha York, and Unforgotten Shadows. Alpha decides to go high. Nobody goes with them. But there is a nice pack in the back that is bringing it up, led by Sparta. We have got 2 lines of 6 cars each going into freaking tri-oval. Alpha York is shoving on 32, and they are getting squirrely. This is where the big one happens. 2 sets, 3 sets, going 3 wide. You really have to trust your team. You have to trust your other driver. It's out there. And number 4, York drops into the middle to try to grab a hold of number 4, and he punished himself on that one. And that high line is moving, and there is a little contact between 48 and I believe that was the 41. Going 3 wide through there is very dangerous. And York is tucked in behind Hurricane Lane. And Anarchy and Vendetta is loose. 1 car in it will not be a caution unless it is. And I believe it was a computer caution. So that is good news for some of them. Because everybody is going to try to get those last little adjustments made out before we end up stage 1. And we've got 8 laps left to finishing out stage 1. And right now your running order is going to be in P1, Mr. Slide Job, P2, Hurricane Lane, P3, got your name. Alright, after it's shifted up, we've got Slide Job in 1, Dark Sparta in 2, Papa Bear in 3. We are gone again with 5 laps to go at the end of this stage. Gloves are off and nails are out. We are fixing to have some fighting for this. It's like that old saying goes, the shit or get off the toilet. Oh, and we had somebody hit a little bit of a lag spike. I believe that was going to be a JP. Unforgotten is trying to make a run with NM Papa Bear and Mr. Slide Job on the inside, and they are forming on the inside slowly. Everyone picking and fighting for one position to tuck in behind the rest. And Unforgotten Shadow is trying to form on the high side. And they are going to push it 3 wide again going into turn 3. Here they come down through the tri-oval. And when are we going to have the big one? I want to know, because it is bound to happen. We're going to ride and look backwards in the end view of Papa Bear. Kind of see how this is playing out. We've got 2 laps left before the end of stage 1. And Matty Ice gets a run and darts to the high side. Nobody goes with him. He is trying to pick up a straggler. Hurricane Lane gets a little loose. And somebody is lagging, not for sure who it is. And Papa Bear falls down on the inside. He may have very well run out of gas. Alpha York is stuck on the high side. Unforgotten Shadow, Matty Ice, Hurricane Lane go to the outside to pick up York with that inside line. Running a Mr. Slide Job, JP Big Dogs. I forgot who number 8 was again. These boys are not showing any remorse for each other. Shoot, that scared me. That notification did. I was not ready for it, Pete. Thank you for coming in with the host, man. It's kind of got a little bit into the race here. Fort Smitty, I'm going to have to get that to memory, and they are doing 3 wide again. Every time they go 3 wide, somebody pays the price. Fort Smitty throws the block on Big Dogs, and Big Dogs is trying, and here comes Alpha York trying to fight for that last lap. And Fort Smitty takes the win on stage 1. Smitty was fighting for that position. He was holding up everybody, keeping that spot. So, wrapping up stage 1, Fort Smitty took 1, Alpha York 2, JP Big Dogs 3, It's Sparta's 5, Brian's Manchild 6th, Hurricane Lane 7th, Unforgotten Shadow in 8th, Matty Ice in 9th, Mr. Slide Job in 10th, NASCAR Fan 421 in 11th, Anarchy Vendetta in 12th, NNR's Papa Bear in 13th. So we are fixing to start up on stage 2 and see how it's going to play out. Fort Smitty is going to be on the outside with Mr. Slide Job, who did not pit, has reclaimed the lead at the beginning of stage 2. And I have a feeling the finish of stage 2 is going to be a whole lot more exciting than that finish of stage 1, since everybody's finally got all their setups and fine tunes in. We're fixing to see some good racing if they hold it straight, in which we are running the high draft, so their speeds will change. And I do believe Mr. Slide Job had forgot to pit, and here we go, 3 wide again going into turn 3. Who is going to fall victim? Who is going to goof? And York gets a little high, and Smitty gets scared. He gets into the wall, and we're going 3 wide again coming into the tri-oval. You are running speeds every bit of 210. One slightest little mistake can cost. And we've got Fort Smitty, who is getting a run coming out of turn 2. He is going to lose a little bit of that run, but he finds the car of Alpha York to tuck in, and here we go. Let's do it one more time, guys. We need a better view. And I believe NNR Papa Bear fell victim to the server. Not 100% sure on that one, but it did look, and we have got one in the wall, and that looks like that is going to be Anarchy Vendetta. Paid the price, as I'm pretty sure they was going 3 wide into the tri-oval, and he suffered the consequences of that one. Hurricane Lane's getting a run, and we have got a lapped car of Mr. Slide Job, who is staying on the high side to let everybody go by. And Hurricane Lane gets down a little too much into Alpha York and pulls off. And there he loses the draft and dropping out of position himself. And the 12 of Mike Honcho has a humongous run coming out of the tri-oval going into turn 1. And they are going to do it one more time. That is a great view right there. Brian's Manchild is pushing that 8 and 3 on the inside, and he is getting shoved by JP. JP has a little bit of a run, cannot get back behind him, so he's opting to take the inside with Matty Ice. And there is 2 wide, 3 sets, and York gets a little loose into Brian's Manchild and JP. It looks like they took some of that wine up from the track that they spilled at Sonoma and are drinking it while they're driving here. And I swear they're fixing to try to make it 4 wide. Stick your nose in there, big dogs. Make a heck of a show tonight. I want to thank again, repeat, for the host. Thank you, Marty, for the bits, and Panda for hanging out. Lord, we are going to go 3 wide, and it looks like there's a little scuffling, and I believe we're fixing to see 4 wide. York gets loose into the wall, uses a 43 as a buffer. 40 Smith has got a run on the inside, and JP Big Dogs is tucking in behind him so he does not lose that draft, and they're going 3 wide again in turn 3. Somebody is going to pay it. Oh, and the 8 gets into 51. And they are shooting it out going into turn 1. Oh, and Mike Honcho gets into Alpha York, and they go spinning. That is going to throw the caution out. And they are pushing it 4 wide like they are fighting for the last lap. Hurricane Lane does not get tucked in anywhere except on the inside lane. And Dark Spartan has reclaimed the lead with Matty Ice pushing. Let's turn it up just a tad bit and hear those motors running. We will be back in a moment. Alright, we are back, and it looks like we are under a caution after that mishap on the tri-oval. And it seems Unforgotten Shadow has fell victim to the server also. So that is 3 down. Believe with the caution being called, Mr. Slyjob will get his lap back and be back on the lead lap. And we have got him spinning in the back. Alpha York has drunk too much of the Sonoma wine. I think everybody has hit the bottle tonight. We are down to 6 laps to go. Stay alive. I'm good. Yeah, I think everybody's trying to stay alive right now. Yeah, Panda, you're going to have to pour you a couple glasses, because we was going to have the Sonoma race tonight. Due to some wine issues on the track, they canceled it, so we decided to go to Talladega for a little fun run with American Ethanol tonight. You know, it's 2020, it's already in. Well, Brian's manchild gets a good hit from the computer-controlled Alpha York. Once they hit pit road, they are under the computer control. They are not driving like that. Maybe a couple of them are, but not on purpose. Alright, so they're going to get re-racked up. We're going to have about 5, well, I'm wrong, about 11, I was wrong on the lap count, 11 laps left in stage 2, so probably about 10 by the time we go green. With JP Big Dogs on point, Matty Ison second. Dark Spartan in third, Fort Smitty in fifth, and I believe that's Brian's Manchild in sixth. They are loose back and forth again back there. Race control, if you are out there, Mr. Marty, I need you to check what is going on. I cannot get a confirmation from race control, but we're riding with NASCAR fan who is in the 43 Bubba Wallace car. I feel the same way, Rock. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on a couple of them in the back. They're trying to get those tires warmed up. Hurricane, you swerving a little too much, you're gonna get loose. I believe that is what happened to Alpha York a moment ago. Alright, we're going to be down to 9 laps. I believe they're eventually trying to get resettled in. Alright, I think they are going to try to get it re-racked. We will get a quick rundown of the positions. Looks like we've got JP Big Dogs on point, Matty Ice in second, Dark Spartan in third, Fort Smitty in fourth, Brian's Manchild in fifth, Mike Honcho in sixth, and they are fixing to go green as they come through the restart area with 9 to go. They are trying to make that inside line work. Slightest little oops with that high draft and it can cause a lot of issues for everybody involved. That high side is stalled out. That inside line does seem to have a little bit more power. And they are making 3 lines. Again. Hurricane Lane seems to be in the midst of it, and Slide Job gets into, I believe that was going to be, yeah, the 43 or the 88. And there is finally a formed 5-car train. And Fort Smitty is going to tuck in behind Anarchy Vendetta. And here we go again. The Slide Job goes to the high side. And they are pushing 3 wide through turn 1 and 2 going into the backstretch. JP Big Dogs, who is out front, leading that inside line. JP slips up to the high side, and that inside lane just ate him alive. Hurricane Lane has took point, but Alpha York and Fort Smitty are pushing on the inside. JP, Dark Spartan, pushing on the high side, who falls back in the third line up top, splits and takes forms into the 2 lanes running mid and low. Anarchy Vendetta gets inside loose down into the grass. Hurricane Lane is on point, but that is not the position you want to be at in this track. Mike Honcho and Fort Smitty are trying to make a run. They are getting a little bit of help from NASCAR fan. And Alpha York is stuck in the middle. And here we go. They are getting swirly all over again, going into the tri-oval, and we are going to be down. Alpha York and JP seem to get a little hung up on each other, and we are going to be down with 2 laps to go this time by. And right now Hurricane Lane is leading on point. And Slide Job going to the high side trying to make a form run, and York is stuck in the middle again. And he tucks in behind it, Spartan, to help form that inside line. That right there is going to wrap up stage 2 with Hurricane Lane on taking that stage. Mr. Slide Job in second, Brian Manchild in third, Alpha York in fourth, NASCAR Fan in fifth, Fort Smitty in sixth, Mike Honcho in seventh, It's Spartan in eighth, JP Big Dogs in ninth, and Anarchy Vendetta rounding out your top 10. are back at it again, and it looks like they're taking it 3 wide, and Honcho gets a little loose, and Fort Smitty shoots up to help him. Brian's Manchild now at point with JP Big Dogs behind him. That line is trying to form, and we are easily clocking speeds around 210 to 215, and they are doing that 3 wide coming through the triangle, which they will probably try to do it again. And Brian's Manchild seems to be taking a pit. And we have got it again, going 2 wide this time. And there is the 3 wide of Alpha York. Marty, what do you think about this Alpha York guy? He loves making it 3 wide, does he not? I have counted at least half a dozen times where he has pushed it 3 wide, and Smitty gets on the apron a little bit, gets into Honcho, and Smitty is going to come on down into the pits. Sideways. Oh, and he locked it up a little too soon. He's probably not going to be happy that I was on him on that happen. We'll say he had a blowout. NASCAR fan in the 43 has moved up to the P2 spot, but it finally looks like a high side. Oh, and we've got a little shift. And that did not go according to plan. JP went to go to the high lane and overshot it. That was a very costly mistake from a veteran driver. And NASCAR fan has took point. Anarchy Vendetta behind him, but here comes Hurricane Lane with Alpha York trying to form something on that high side. And Alpha York tucks back in 3, and they are going it again. Tonight has literally turned into a fun run, and it has been pretty exciting. Some people do not know what they're missing if they are not watching this race here. I'm glad I've got a front row seat to it all. JP Big Dogs is coming into the pits. Alpha York has finally took point. I'm pretty sure he went 3 wide to get that, even though we missed it. NASCAR fan is stuck to the high side by himself and losing positions. Dark Spartan and York slides up and he just opened the door wide open for Dark Spartan, Matty Ice, Anarchy Vendetta, Mr. Slide Job, JP Big Dogs is coming out of the pits. Mike Honcho and NASCAR fans. So Alpha York fell out of the draft, went from first to about 8th. But easily can get a run on this high draft and go back from 8th right back into first. And there he goes, shooting to the high side. So now we've got this Dark Spartan has took point. And he is getting a push from Matty Ice, but that high side of Foreman, along with names of Mike Honcho, Alpha York, and Mr. Slide Job. The inside line of his Dark Sparta, Matty Ice, and Anarchy Vendetta is stronger as they are getting help from NASCAR fan. And Alpha York has dropped back to the back part of the lead pack cars. And they have got a run and a half and they are going again. And Anarchy Vendetta goes to the high side. And York darts back down to take the inside and leaves Honcho hanging. They are going to come through the tri-oval, and you've got his Dark Spartan barely taking lead on that lap. Alpha York has finally reclaimed point with Mr. Slide Job in second. Matty Ice in fourth now with Dark Spartan in third. Mike Honcho is coming into the pits. Then it's fixing to start being a fuel factor on this race. We have got 18 laps remaining in stage 3. And Mr. Slide Job has took point and just lost it as quick as he took it. And they are going 4 wide. And Honcho slows down traffic. And That was very risky move right there. Mr. Slide Job is trying to hold on, and Alpha York goes 3 wide and splits it and brings Dark Spartan with him this time. Everybody is trying to work that high side now as every one of them caps the wall. Mike Honcho is a lap down, but still running in with the lead cars, hoping for a caution, knowing he will get that lucky dog pass. Slide Job is going to the outside with York, and Dark Sparta is, and York drops down to the front, leaves Slide Job high and dry, and Dark Spartan they're just all over the place. NASCAR Fan is on the inside with Anarchy Vendetta and Mike Honcho. Outside is Alpha York, it's Dark Spartan, Mr. Slide Job, and Matty Ice. Laps are slowly dwindling down. We are fixing to start seeing some green flag pit stops as we have about 20 or so to go. And they are scattering all over the place. NASCAR Fan who has opted to stay out we will try to get an official running order here in a second as everybody gets back on the track and we start getting a little bit of formation. What in the try hard is this? Well, it's a high draft American Ethanol fun run. They was league racing at Sonoma, but had a change in plans. We said since it's 2020, we might as well just change it up a little bit. It's far from Sonoma. We're on the other side of the country. They had wine wine spillage on the track. So we had a wine delay instead of a rain delay. Because I forgot to change it, that's why. Thank you for bringing that up. It was last minute change on their part, so. Yeah, it's in there on on the Discord, the last minute change. There we go. Shrek bots, we'll fix it just for you. It's a modified Sonoma. The wine delay kind of messed it all up. You have missed some racing because they have been pushing it 4 wide. And we have had about 4 lag out. Plus, I wanted to see if anybody was paying attention. So, congratulations, Shrek bots, for catching the typo. I believe they have thrown a manual caution, and we are pitting. We have got 9 laps to go, so they are letting everybody pit so it can be a shootout. I have to say, it's about the straightest line I have seen all night. They are doing it at 30 miles per hour. And it's going to get real exciting, because there is 10 laps remaining. Nobody will need to pit. So when we come out and they go green, it's going to be pretty intense. I may need to get me a drink for this one. Race control, you ready for it out there? They caterpillared around Mike Honcho. Oh, they fixing to make some exciting racing. This is the good content right here. With 10 to go, fresh tires, full on gas. I may have to tie myself to this seat here in a minute. And Alpha York on the outside. At least he can't go 3 wide right now. So it's probably why they put him up there. They didn't want him to go 3 wide. He's gonna give me crap when he hears this stream. Kind of picked on him tonight. Alright guys, it looks like they're fixing to do it. There they go. And here we go. 9 to go. Go, 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 go. That inside line is forming. And Alpha York is going towards the back. He has fell out of the draft. And Hurricane Lane is shot up high and he has some help. So we will now see which lane is going to be quicker. The one led by Matty Ice on the inside or the one led by Hurricane Lane on the outside. And right now that inside line is working. And that outside line is forming in. The car to watch is pretty much any of them. They get a good run coming out of the tri-oval, and NASCAR fans a little squirrely as Dark Spartan falls back in. And right here comes a run. And Mike Honcho and Alpha York are the 2 brave ones to break out. Anybody go with them? It looks like Brian's Manshout has shifted up to the high side. NASCAR fan went high side, and here they go 3 wide again, coming through the tri-oval. And somehow, well, I'm not for sure, it's Matty Ice has managed to pull the lead. And that line is running again. The high side has now took control. And Alpha York is leading the 3 wide charge on the high side. Mr. Slide Job has took point. And y'all can see how well in this high draft these cars suck up to back each other. That outside line tucks back in. And we have got some loose. Oh, and Vendetta got... No, he did not. Barely. Ooh, Vendetta almost got nabbed by pit road. But he is still in the draft, as it seems. Riding with JP Big Dogs, and he looks like he is getting a run. And he will tuck it in instead of going around. Hurricane Lane gets a little, open up the door a little bit. NASCAR fan pushes his way down on the inside, and JP Dogs shifts back down to get behind him. Him and Hurricane Lane both almost lost it going through the tri-oval. And Mr. Slide Job is leading this with 4 laps to go. And 13 and 22 are getting a little aggressive with each other. Now let's move up. See if Dark Spartan has anything in the closing laps of this fun run at Talladega on the high draft. Mr. Slide Job is on point, but as the laps are counting down, you do not want to be too much of a lead. Because they will use that draft to push right by you. There's a lot of cars behind and you can only block one. JP's big dog thought about going out, and there's the first one to break, and Matty Ice. Oh, and JP big dog gets in the apron. It looks like Dark Spartan has shifted high. He's hung out to dry, and Mr. Slide Job is still going to take this lap with 3 to go. We are coming down. We come across this white check or come by this finish line this time around. We will be on the last lap, and they are trying to make a run. And here comes JP and York. York hit the apron, hit JP's, and got into Dark Spartan. And I believe we may possibility have a 1-lap shootout if the caution drops. And we are on the last lap. Dark Spartan's race was ruined. And here we go. Slide Job goes for a block. Hey, Matty Ice. Oh, Lord, here we go. We are fighting for position 3 wide going into turn 3, coming out of 4. We'll get back up there. And Slide Job went to throw the block. It was unsuccessful. Alpha York capitalized. And coming down through. Yes, Alpha York took the win by 42 thousandths of a second for Mr. Slide Job. Alpha York takes victory. Slide Job is second. NASCAR Fan third. Hurricane Lane in fourth. Mike Honcho in fifth. Matty Ice in sixth. Brian's Manchild in seventh. JP Big Dogs in eighth. It's Dark Spartan in ninth. Ooh, gotta catch my breath on that one. And Anarchy Vendetta rounding out the top 10. That was a hell of a race. That was a heck of a finish there at the end. That indeed, that was a nice finish right there. It seems Alpha York made it pay off, all that 3 wide practice. I don't know about you, Rock, but whew. In Anarchy Vendetta 6th, Brian's man for Mr. Slide Job. Alpha York. That was a finish right there. I believe they have wandered in, so we're gonna drop the music down a little bit, and we are going to talk to the 3rd place finisher, NASCAR. NASCAR, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Let me get this Discord turned up a tad bit. Well, man, is your heart pumping as bad as everybody else's is?
Yeah, I wanted to get a win. This is my best finish so far this season, though. I'm happy it's my first season, though. Pretty happy with what happened today.
Yeah, it was pretty chaotic there on that last lap. Many of y'all front to back, front to back. I know you wasn't up in the front as often as you probably wanted to be, but you was up in the front when it mattered the most. So,
Yeah.
congrats on that.
When
Go ahead.
I feel like I could have got a better finish, or at least been up where Alpha was, because when we went to pit our last time, I missed pit road, and I had to go around another lap, and I was by myself, which wasn't really got a good finish out of it.
You are breaking in and out. I'm gonna have to turn you up some. Well, NASCAR, I believe your mic might have went out on my end, but congratulations on that third place finish, bud. It's your high so
Thanks.
far. Maybe we'll get you a few more, a little bit higher after this one.
I hope so.
Well, we've got the second place finisher, and y'all made some interesting racing tonight, Mr. Slide Job. Go ahead, and just vent. How you feeling?
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting day. We came in prepared for Sonoma, but yeah, Talladega is always fun. Um, yeah, it was we stayed in the back for most of the race. That's usually my strategy, just stay out of accidents, and we kept it clean the whole race. We didn't get in one wreck, which is surprising, but really it was just patience. And then at the end there, based on pit strategy, I felt like me and Alpha had the race, sealed up on everyone. And then, we had a caution come out late there, and that brought everyone else to us, and we ended up 1-2. So, he pulled a better move than I could at the last lap there. So, congrats to him.
Yeah, I think he kind of. He's raced. Y'all raced enough around each other. Everybody knows how each other. And I was sitting there watching it. I knew what you was fixing to do. I'd have done it too. But when I saw you go up, I saw him go down. It's like he was kind of ready for you to do it.
Yeah, I mean, me and Alpha raced quite a bit. A lot of plate track racing, a lot of general racing. I respect the hell out of him, and yeah, he just was one step ahead of me there. I tried to back up to that group after that accident there. I tried to back up to that group as much as possible, but I left too much of a gap, and he had just a little bit more of a run than I could have handled, and I tried to double move on him, and he had one more in his bag of tricks.
Well, Slide, we appreciate y'all bringing in some good content. And like you said, you was prepared for Sonoma, and I didn't even notice it to the end of the stream near about it. Somebody pointed out that I still had race at Sonoma, and they told me it wasn't Sonoma. And well, apparently the
Yeah,
wine delay out in California put us on the East Coast instead.
definitely threw a monkey wrench in it, but I hope we can do another road course coming up here, and I'll be ready.
Well, all right. Thank you for swinging by, man. And thank you for racing. Good finish for you tonight.
Thanks, sir.
Well, Mr. Alpha York, I think me and Mr. Rock NASCAR are going to dub you the new nickname of Mr. Three Wide after tonight. So,
Three or four.
well, I caught a good clip of a couple four wides of everybody. So, race
Um,
control out there gave me the approval for that one just now. So, yeah, you are now dubbed Mr. Three Wide.
I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
How you feeling after it? I mean, you saw him. You was back and forth. I mean, there's a lot of everybody getting squirrely, but it's expected with that high draft. But going down that back stretch, you had Spartan behind you, and you had a pretty good push. And like said, the slide job, I saw that he was going to try a block or to kind of
I,
stay in
I
the lead.
I really don't know why anybody pushes me at plate tracks, man. People come up to me and they ask me to be their drafting partner, and I'm the worst draft partner there is because if I see a hole, I'll take it. But I think it was Matty Ice. He gave me a good push. I don't know how much you can see from the broadcast, but I made a pretty good routine at going to the front to the back pretty regularly just to have some fun with it. We maintained that high line for quite some time. That was a lot of fun too. And just about playing the draft, I had a pretty good idea who was going to work with me, who wasn't. I knew Slide Job was going to have to block me because he didn't have no help on the bottom, so I knew he was going to come up. And I tried making the move a little bit, probably sooner than I really wanted to, because I had the 22 down there too. But then it's kind of like Slide hesitated just a little bit and left me a hole. So that was a lot of fun, man. That's what plate racing's supposed to be about. I was just trying to preach to the guys, man. Just go out here and have some fun. Like, don't just hug the bottom and fuel save and just wait till the last lap. Like, just go out here and have fun, man. We only had 8 people sign up to run Sonoma tonight, so took them to the plate track instead and had a lot of fun in the process. I mean, it's cool. It's actually my first win in American Ethanol, but it was a lot of fun. Slide gave me a good run there. Me and him always seem to find each other around the end of these races, so it was a lot of fun. That's the main part here.
Well, you finally got that win, and if I'm not mistaken, and this is a useless fact to some, but to you it may not be. We counted it, and from stage one to the end of the race, we counted 11 times you made it 3 wide.
Just 11?
Just 11. Well, from when we started counting now. That ain't before we started counting. But we made
No,
it.
man, I've been, dude. My favorite tracks to race at are plate races. I mean, it takes a lot of trust in your competitors to be able to do what I was doing. Like, that's the way I like to run them, man. I'm not sitting there I'm not here to just ride in the line all race. That's not what I'm here for. And I trust the guys around me, and I trust my handy dandy wheel over there to keep my car straight when I need it to. So, you know.
Well, he kept it straight, and it took you straight to victory lane tonight. So, as far as our Sonoma race, since you have a hand in the scheduling, will that one be set up at a later date or?
Yeah, we'll probably put that at a later date. I don't know if it'll be included in the playoffs or not, but they got the winter heat going on right now. Dude, we got probably half of the top 12 in our points are currently grinding out Dover, getting ready to go for the race for I think it's $5,000 on Sunday. So half of our top contenders were there preparing for that. So I mean, there's competition here from top to bottom. I think everybody who knows us and knows what we're about, that's what we're here for. So, I mean, yeah, we only had 14 guys tonight, but, we got talent everywhere. And Sonoma will be added in, I'm sure, at some time. I don't know when exactly, but, we're off next week for Thanksgiving. And then I believe we had the Phoenix. And we also have All-Star race coming up, too. So we'll see what happens.
Well, it's going to be a pretty exciting week coming up. Well, not after this week, but after the Thanksgiving break. So we will probably catch everybody the 1st of December, if I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
mistaken. Yep, and that will probably put us around Phoenix. Well, all right, everybody out there. Appreciate y'all hanging out tonight. Rock, Panda, even Shrek that corrected my stream title since we changed Sonoma. And congrats again, NASCAR fans, Slide Job, and Alpha York for taking the top 3. With that being said, we are going to wrap it up here tonight at American Ethanol at the High Draft at Talladega, and we will catch back up with y'all probably December the 4th at Phoenix.